Hi, we're so awkward. I'm Brooke,
I'm Rachel.
and welcome to our social distance edition. We've been out of production for a few months, as you would expect. But
Kind of hard to sew together apart.
Yes.
So
So
We're trying something new today, sewing outside in Brooke's backyard.
So enjoy the scenery as we work. And what are we going to make?
We're going to make masks. I haven't made any since March, so it'll be fun to make more masks.
And I've only gotten to make 5 so far because I've been too busy. So now I need to make some more, so I have more to rely on and leave some at work, so I don't have to keep bringing them.
Exactly.
I hope you can hear me.
Hope you can hear me.
And we're going to be further away than 6 feet apart as we sew, so we're going to leave our masks off for that. But every time we get together, we'll put them back on because we want to stay safe. And
this mask process works really well if you have all of your supplies pre-cut and ready to sew when you get to your machine. So first off, get your fabric. Now the pattern I'm using is a basic square or a rectangle mask with the 3 pleats and then the some elastic. So pre-cut your elastic, which I know it was very hard to find in March, but now you should be able to find elastic anywhere, and I think this is 1/8 inch elastic. And then you have, if you are interested in having a bendable nose, you get some wire.
Gotta bend that nose. Bendable nose.
Well, mine's all tangled up right now. I was trying to get it off and it's stuck on my pliers. If you want a bendable nose, you're gonna need some wire. And I found this in the jewelry section of a craft store many years ago. This has gone across the country twice now, so I feel justified in my hoarding of craft supplies because I'm using it all up. Anyway, I don't remember what gauge it is. I want to say 16, but it could be 18. I'm not sure. And then you're going to need a pair of pliers. I have the round kind so that I can round off that edge so that it's not poking you in the eye. And then also some wire cutters, because you never want to use your sewing scissors for anything other than fabric or thread. So you want to use... It's that time of the month for a monthly tip. Just the tip. When sewing masks, you're going to want to make several at a time. So when you are measuring out your masks, it is very handy to have some washi tape, and then you mark on your mask or on your ruler here where your markers needs to be. So Brooke's liking 8-inch masks, so you put your washi tape along your 8-inch line. That way when you put it on your fabric, you know where 8 inches is going to be. So I'm gonna do here. And then we're gonna flip it. And do 8 inches this way. This is a tip that I learned from one of my friends in Florida. Her name is Tessa Walker from thesewingchick.com, and she's the sewing chick on Instagram. So here we go. Here's a 8-inch, let's see, got 8 inches there. And when you cut off the selvage, you'll have an 8-inch square. Does your sewing machine have a ruler on the front, Brooke?
Yes.
Mine does too. It's perfect for measuring out lengths of wire or your elastic. So I'm doing 8 inches. And then, you know, you just kind of fold it over.
Is COVID getting to you? quarantine getting to you?
Yes. Is it getting to
Are
you?
you staying in
I
too
feel
long?
like you haven't socialized at all.
Not at all. This really hurts.
Brooke, are you using 8 inches of elastic?
Measure things.
But you have that handy dandy ruler on the front of your sewing machine.
But it's not 8 inches long. Oh shit.
Pattern I'm doing. She's doing her own thing over there. I don't know.
I
I
just,
don't know what you're doing.
I just took this and I'm just copying this. But I'm adding a wire.
Alright, so I have my wire, which I cut to 6 inches, and then I used those pliers to make little round curlies on the end so you don't get poked, and then I folded it in half. So it's a little less than 3 inches there, and then I slip it into the mask, and you kind of guide it up to the top, and I eyeball it wherever I think it looks like it's centered there, and then I clip it so it stays. Then I do the little pleats. Okay, then you sew it, and you sew all the way around, and then when you get to here, you kind of just make a little allowance for that wire, and then you sew all the way to the bottom. And I was going around twice, so you don't have to go around twice if you don't want to, either one. And then we sew. Hey Brooke.
Hey Rachel.
Remember at the beginning of quarantine times when it was all stimulus checks and the Tiger King? What have you been working on while we are in quarantine times?
Nothing.
No sewing?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I haven't been quarantined. I've been working with the public every day. Not every day. 40 plus hours a week. I've been in public view. I want some quarantine time.
I haven't been working on much. I've been doing rock painting, which
yeah,
Brooke introduced me to.
We each have our own crafts, and then we share the crafts with the other person, and then the other person gets into it a lot and buys all the stuff for themselves. So
yeah, so Brooke started rock painting, and then I came over and was like, oh, what is this fun thing? And so I went home and I researched, and I got all the same kind of tools she did. They're little dotting tools. I think they're for like nail art, but you can do them to make the circles on rocks and things like that. I'll put a picture right here. And then I bought the same book, even though, you know, I could borrow hers. No, I'm just getting my own book.
we need our own books. You can't share a book.
Right, in COVID times, you
share a
can't
book.
share a book. But in non-COVID times, before times, we would have been able to share a book.
Share more. So right now we're all being selfish.
I guess, yes.
It's time for our plant of the month. And since we're outside, why not have an outside plant? I happen to be growing an extensive vegetable garden here. It is August, so some of them start to look a little run down, which is natural. But one of the ones that's really taking off right now are my cucumbers. They're starting to overtake my lawn. And I have both Persian and container cucumbers growing. And I started most of them by seed myself in April. And so they're really great because they'll just keep growing. And they've got these little spines on them, so I'm just going to just poke off a few here so I don't kind of hurt. And you can choose to eat it straight, you can pickle them, put them in your salads, or you can take a bite. Mmm. Fresh off the vine cucumber.
Is it almost lunchtime? Well, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
On masks.
That's a face wrap.
Wrapping around your face.
Yes. I still need to make my hair smaller, but that'll be a project for later. Next time, we're going to be doing a special episode on trying to make a cover for a cushion for my friend's hammock chair. It's like this double wedge pillow, and it's going to be exciting and experiment, and we have no pattern. It's just going to be like true down-to-earth sewing.
We're going to just figure it out as we go along.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that episode, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and like us on Facebook.
Yep.
And until next time, stay so awkward.